Chosen one, what I'm about to reveal may shake you to your core. But if you're here right now, this is not a coincidence. You were led to this message because something powerful is happening in your life, even if you can't see it yet. Have you ever felt like you don't belong? That your struggles are heavier than most? There's a reason for that. You are not ordinary. You are chosen. But before elevation comes testing. Before the reward comes the trial. Every hardship, every betrayal, every moment of silence, it wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to prepare you. And what I'm about to tell you will confirm what your spirit has felt all along. Before we continue, stop what you're doing and do this now. Like this video, subscribe, and comment "I am ready" below. This action is your declaration, your first step into the breakthrough that's coming. Take a deep breath, because in the next few moments, everything will begin to make sense. Have you ever asked yourself, why is my life so difficult? Why do I face so much rejection? Why do I feel different from everyone else? The answer is simple: you were never meant to be like everyone else. From the beginning, God set you apart. You were chosen. But being chosen comes with a cost. It means facing trials that most people will never understand. It means enduring pain that doesn't seem fair. It means walking a road that is often lonely, misunderstood, and full of obstacles. But here's the truth no one tells you. The path of the chosen is never easy because it was never meant to be. Every struggle, every delay, every moment of self-doubt, it wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to shape you. And now, everything is shifting. Because God is about to reward you. But before that happens, you must recognize the signs, understand the process, and step into your divine purpose. Stay with me until the end of this video because what I'm about to reveal will unlock the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Have you ever felt like you were different? Like you don't quite belong in the world around you? That no matter how hard you try, you're always the outsider? That's because you were never meant to fit in. You were set apart from the very beginning. Handpicked by God for a mission that only you can fulfill. And that kind of calling comes at a price. Think of Joseph. He had a dream, a vision from God. But instead of being celebrated, he was betrayed. Sold into slavery by his own brothers. Thrown into prison for something he didn't do. Forgotten. What? Because he was chosen. His journey wasn't about comfort. It was about preparation. And just like Joseph, your trials are not random. The rejection, the loneliness, the constant battles, they are not punishments. They are part of the process. God is using them to shape you, strengthen you, and position you for what's coming next. But here's where most people fail. They mistake the trial for the end of the journey. They believe the pain means they are forgotten. But the truth is, the pain is proof that you are being prepared. Because the greatest warriors are always the most tested. And what's coming next? That's what we're about to uncover. Have you noticed that the things that used to satisfy you no longer do? The distractions of this world, money, status, approval, they feel empty now, don't they? That's because God is calling you higher. You are shifting from the material to the divine. The things that once seemed important now feel meaningless. This is not an accident, it's a spiritual awakening. Think of a caterpillar trapped inside a cocoon. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. But inside, it is being completely transformed. It is breaking apart, dissolving its old form and preparing for a new existence. The process is painful, isolating, and filled with uncertainty. But in the end, it becomes a butterfly. Right now you are in the cocoon. You are in the middle of a process that is uncomfortable, confusing, and lonely. But here's what you need to understand. God is breaking you away from the things that are holding you back. The old version of you cannot survive in the future He is preparing. Many won't understand this change. Some will try to pull you back into the world. Some will question why you're different. But here's the truth. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. This path is for the chosen. And the moment you embrace it, your true transformation begins. Are you ready for what comes next? Because everything is about to shift. Why is it that the ones who are chosen suffer the most? Why does it seem like life is harder for you than for others? Because you are being refined. God doesn't test the weak, He prepares the strong. And the fire you are walking through is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to remove everything that is not part of your destiny. Think of gold. Before it becomes valuable, it must go through intense fire. The heat purifies it, burns away the impurities, and leaves only what is precious. This is what God is doing in your life. Every trial, every rejection, every painful moment, It is burning away what does not belong, making you stronger, wiser, and ready for the mission ahead. But here's the hardest part. The trials will often come from the people closest to you. The ones you trusted may turn against you. Some will mock you, some will doubt you, and some will try to pull you back to who you used to be. But don't be discouraged. Even Jesus was rejected by his own people. Even he was betrayed. You are walking the same path as those who came before you. Now you have a choice. Will you break under the pressure or will you rise? Will you let the fire destroy you or will you let it refine you? Because those who endure, those who trust the process, will emerge stronger than ever. And once you pass this test, everything changes. Are you ready for what comes next? Have you ever felt abandoned? Like no one truly sees you, no one understands your pain? Like even when you cry out to God, all you hear is silence? Listen carefully, God has never left you. Even in the moments when you felt alone, even when the world rejected you, his love remained constant. The silence was never abandonment, it was preparation. You were never being punished. You were being positioned. Think of the prodigal son. He made mistakes. He walked away from his father, wasted his blessings, and found himself at rock bottom. But the moment he turned back, his father ran to him with open arms. He didn't demand explanations. He simply embraced him. That is the love of God, unshaken, unbreakable, unconditional. The world's love is different. It loves based on conditions, on who you are, what you have, what you can offer. But God loves you simply because you exist. He chose you. And nothing you have done, nothing you have lost, nothing you have suffered can separate you from his love. But here's the part most people don't realize. His love is not just something to receive, it is something to give. When you fully embrace the depth of God's love, it changes you. It makes you a vessel of healing, a source of light, a reflection of his grace. And once you understand that you are deeply, completely, and unconditionally loved, something powerful happens. Fear disappears. Doubt fades. Faith rises. Because when you know that God is for you, nothing in this world can shake you. And this is where your transformation begins. Have you ever felt like your life is being stripped away? Like everything you once relied on is crumbling? That's because true spiritual growth requires letting go. You cannot hold on to the past and step into your future at the same time. God is calling you to release what no longer serves you so he can place in your hands what was always meant for you. Think of a seed. Before it grows into a tree, it must break. It must be buried, isolated in darkness, where no one can see its transformation. But underground, something powerful is happening. The shell is breaking. The roots are forming. And soon, what was once hidden will rise into something strong and unshakable. Right now, you are in that process. You are being broken open, not to be destroyed, but to be reborn. And the moment you stop resisting, the moment you surrender to the process, your true transformation will begin. Many fight against this growth. They cling to the old version of themselves, afraid of stepping into the unknown. But chosen ones don't walk by sight, they walk by faith. And faith means trusting even when you can't see the outcome. And here is the greatest truth. This journey is not just for you. Every lesson, every battle, every breakthrough, it is preparing you to become a guide for others. The wisdom you gain will not only change your life but will light the way for those who are still searching. Because when you rise, you don't rise alone. And now, the moment is coming when your impact will reach beyond yourself. Chosen one, your journey has never been just about you. Every struggle, every lesson, every moment of faith, it was preparing you for something greater. Because the chosen ones are not only called to transform themselves, but to transform the world. Think of a lighthouse. It doesn't run from the storm, it stands firm, guiding others to safety. That is your purpose. You are meant to be a light in the darkness, a voice of truth in a world filled with confusion. Many will watch you. Some will doubt you. Some will question why you continue to walk by faith when the world tells you otherwise. But do not be discouraged. The impact of the chosen is never measured by the approval of the world, it is measured by the lives they transform. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every testimony you share carries the power to change someone's life. You do not need a stage, a title, or recognition. Your presence alone is enough. The strength, the resilience, the faith that you carry will be undeniable. And here is the greatest revelation. The moment you step fully into your purpose, the doors will begin to open. Opportunities, divine connections, and supernatural alignment will take place. Because when you walk in faith, abundance follows. You were never meant to be small. You were meant to shine. And now your time has come. Are you ready? Chosen one, everything you have endured, the pain, the struggles, the waiting, was leading to this very moment. The battles you fought in the dark, the tears no one saw, the nights you questioned your purpose, they were never wasted. While you were wondering if God had forgotten you, He was preparing something greater than you could ever imagine. This is the shift. You can feel it, can't you? That deep, unshakable sense that something is changing. That the world around you is no longer the same. This is not your imagination. This is your spiritual transition. You are stepping into a new season. But here's what you need to understand. Not everyone will see your breakthrough. Some will doubt it. Some will try to keep you where you were. Do not let them. When God calls you higher, you cannot stay where you used to be. You must walk forward even when the path is unclear. This is your moment of decision. Will you step into the calling that was written for you before you were even born? Will you let go of fear, doubt, and hesitation, and finally claim the destiny that was always meant to be yours? Because right now, heaven is watching. The breakthrough is here. And God is asking you one final question. Ready? Chosen one, the time of waiting is over. The time of questioning is over. You are stepping into a new season. Everything that once held you back, fear, doubt, rejection, no longer has power over you. God has prepared you for something greater, and now the door is open. All that's left is for you to walk through it. But here's the truth. Breakthrough is not automatic. Faith without action is meaningless. Now that you know the truth, you must live it. Speak boldly. Move fearlessly. Trust fully. Because when you do, you will begin to see miracles unfold in ways you never imagined. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were born to be great. This is your moment of decision. Will you step into the purpose God has set before you? If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Declare your faith right now. Like this video, subscribe, and comment "I am ready" below. Let the world see that you are stepping into your divine destiny. Your time has come. Are you ready?